Well, it is going to be wet for your evening commute this evening for much of San Diego, especially where most of our major freeways are. As I get you outside to our ABC 10 News sky cams, you can see the wet roads in La Jolla and then the rain coming down off in the distance. Light rain for the most part, though, as we look from Otay Mountain towards Chula Vista. But that rain is fairly widespread. It is very light at this point, but at any point, a thunderstorm could develop, and that can produce a very heavy rainfall. As I zoom out to the entire county, you could actually see some pretty heavy rain right along the 15 near the Escondido area, and then also up in the mountains we are seeing those thunderstorms still right over the Julian area. In fact, some near Borrego Springs as well. So a lot of moisture present and a lot more to come as we head forward into the next 24 hours. You can see all the thunderstorm activity we've been seeing, especially near the airport just about an hour, 2 hours ago, and that's why that airport weather warning was issued. It remains in effect until 4:30. We may see more of those get issued as that chance for thunderstorms builds again. So that's something that you see that's happening. Hey, there's lightning. It's happening right now, and it could be causing some airport delays. Plenty of moisture with this system. Most of it is going to be staying offshore, but along our coast, inland mountains and deserts, anybody will have the possibility of periods of heavy rain, thunderstorm activity, and possibly urban flooding for a lot of areas. So keep that in mind. Never drive through flooded roadways. The mountains and the deserts have the greatest threat for flooding. It is significantly cooler than it was yesterday. It's certainly a lot more humid, but we're in the 70s right now for most of the county. Kearny Mesa and Chula Vista and Jamul in the 60s. We were in the 90s for our inland neighborhoods at this time yesterday. El Cajon is 22 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago. Those clouds are with us, and that chance for rain will continue through the night and into the day tomorrow. That does not mean it is going to rain where you live all night and into the day tomorrow, but we are going to see periods of rain, and it's going to be really warm tonight. We're looking at mid-70s for most coast and inland neighborhoods almost all night, only dipping down into the low 70s to upper 60s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is going to be just about as warm as today, still very humid. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s up and down our coast, 80s and 90s for the inland neighborhoods, 70s in the mountains with 90s in the deserts. And again, the mountains and the deserts, be weather aware tomorrow. It's a day to not be going hiking or anything like that. If those thunderstorms form, you could see that areas of flooding happen pretty quickly. So our 10 News Futurecast highlighting that most of the rain does stay offshore, but periods of rain are going to be rolling in through the county. I would be prepared for a slow morning commute tomorrow. Again, it's going to be very hit or miss in nature, and then into the afternoon and evening, really coming down in the mountain and desert communities, with also periods of rain for the coast and the valleys where urban flooding could be possible. That continues through the afternoon. This is at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and even into the evening for your evening commute tomorrow. And then on Friday, isolated storms are expected, and we might see another tropical system coming in by Sunday. The excessive rainfall outlook does have a marginal, which is about a 5% chance for excessive rainfall for the coast and valleys tomorrow, and a slight risk, which is about 15% for the mountains and the deserts. That chance for storms does continue through Friday for the coast and the valleys, but peak activity, especially on Friday, will be over the mountains and deserts. We'll be in the 80s and 90s heading into the next 7 days for our inland neighborhoods. The mountains, again, a flood watch in effect tomorrow. Isolated storms lingering into Friday, and maybe another tropical system bringing another chance for storms Sunday and Monday, but that's still several days out, so we'll talk about that when we get there. The main threat is going to be tonight and into the day tomorrow.